Hello, I'm back. It's still May 11th, 2022. I just came out of Shoppers Drug Mart here on Broad Street, where I had my second booster shot for the COVID. And now we'll walk over here and go down Broad, and then I think down probably down along College to go home. So once I get across those rocks without killing myself, that'll be good. There's Shoppers Drug Mart there and some doctor's offices and things. Bus stop. The General Hospital is just 2 or 3 blocks that way, but I don't really want to walk over there today. It's really warm now. I don't even need my sweater, but I have it on anyway, because it's too hard to carry. I am carrying the windbreaker I was wearing earlier, though. I really didn't need that. It's supposed to go to 18 today, but in the sun it feels warmer than that even. Do you have medication questions? See pharmacy to book a medication assessment. No, I don't really have any medication questions. I know what I take. It's all preventative stuff, blood pressure and things like that. Cholesterol medicine, blood pressure medicine. Keep the old ticker ticking. We'll go all the way down here to College, and then we'll walk down by the College buildings, perhaps on the back side today, because I think I walked around on the front side last time I went that way. Maybe I'll go a little out of my way, go around CBC there, come back up the other side. Center Square Place has condos in it. I might as well go up the steps. There's a bubble tea place up here that I've been in many times, if they're still open. Looks like they're open. At least there's lights on. I mean, they're still in existence anyway. And there's like a gift shop in here, gift store. There was a gallery there for a while. There's a space for lease if you need such a space. What's around the back here? Old apartment building. Well, now that that's out of the way, I can get back to work. Got to do 10,000 words of the job I'm editing to stay on schedule. More is probably better because I'm going to lose some days, but I'm going to be flying to Toronto before long. Actually, you can do quite a bit on the plane. The ergonomics are not exactly great. Better if you're in first class, but I don't think we are on that trip. But still, you can work. And I might just write. I'll have time to work in Toronto too. My wife is there for Engineers Canada meeting, and I'm just going, so she'll have meetings and I won't, so I'll actually have lots of time to myself. And I've been to Toronto. I don't have to do any touristy stuff specifically. Hotel's right downtown anyway, so okay. Oh, that didn't have to wait long that time. So I think what we'll do is I'll jog in here, but then I'm going to go around the CBC. So I'll go this way. Again, that's the Soundstage building in front of us, which also has a number of offices, including Creative Saskatchewan, who has given me grants in the past, and I hope will in the future, for publishing work. And Sask Books, the Publishers Association, of which I'm kind of interimly vice president. vice president stepped down, and I said I would fill in that role, but I don't know that I'll stay in that role. Going forward, hasn't required me to do anything yet. But so one of the old college buildings, it's completely gutted on the inside, but they kept the exterior. And it's also the Soundstage, so you kind of see you go from real windows where there are offices, and then about here, it's all blacked out. That's because that's kind of the Soundstage area on the other side there. It looks a little spooky, actually, the black windows, but random geese. And then it connects to the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation building up here, which I used to be in quite a bit when I was doing a weekly column on CBC's afternoon edition about science, which I did for 17 years. Most weeks I would be in here. But that's ended a long time ago now. So there you see the two buildings come together right here. The Soundstage connects to the CBC, and there's the CBC lobby there. But we have to go around the building. Is this a ramp? What is this? Oh, it is a ramp. I've never been down this ramp. Let's go down the ramp. Look how many green leaves are popping out. And I can smell it too, all that greenery. New, green, exciting. Now the ramp just goes into the grass, which is a little odd. Oh, snowshoe hair. I guess I'll walk on the grass because I'm going to go around the building. Not chasing you. Quite calm, that one. I think I can go around the building. There's a fence up here because the next piece of land had a building on it that was torn down. Oh, I may not be able to get around the building. I may have to go back to the sidewalk. I think I will. And there was some attempt to immediately throw up a building, but they didn't really follow all the steps they should. Well, maybe I can go around this way. And so they're now just cleaning up the site. Can I fit through here? I think so. More CBC building here. Yeah, I can go through here. Oh, there's a gopher right in front of me. Don't know if you saw him or not, between the building and the fence. A bit of a squeak here. I hadn't thought about the fact that the grass might be a little wet from yesterday's rain. Not sure what the bolts on this side of the building represent. Maybe they put lights up, or maybe they're to put a trellis. Oh, I bet you that's it. It looks like it was originally the idea they'd have a trellis and ivy growing up the side of it, but it hasn't grown very far. And around here, also CBC. I've been on that terrace years ago when Alice was born. The afternoon edition did a karaoke show. And Colin Gura, the host, announced to the province that I had a new daughter, as you know, doesn't that happen to everyone? They get their child's birth announced on CBC. And I sang Mac the Knife on that. In the style of Bobby Darin. It went fairly well. I did not realize when I started it that the key changes several times and goes up on each time, but I got through it. Colin figured Margaret Ann might not like that one, and he was quite right. So this will bring us in behind the muster point. My arm's sore where I got the vaccine, but no immediate side effects. I never have had any from a vaccine. The shingles vaccine made me feel a little under the weather for a day or so, but nothing major even then. Okay, so there's the college building. The old college building, you can tell by the color of the bricks, and then the new additions have a different color brick. I don't know if they're exactly rules or not, but when you work on a historic building like that, the expectation is that you will make sure that you can distinguish between the new and the old, so you don't just build something new that mimics the old so completely that they look alike. You're not supposed to do that. But I don't know who says you're not supposed to do that. That just seems to be a rule. If that had been followed down through history, we'd have some things we think of as old buildings that would look very different. Because I'm sure there has been many times in history when old buildings were refurbished, wings replaced, and things like that, made to look exactly like the old building. Might as well walk up close to it since I'm coming from this direction. So there was an old wing that was completely demolished down at that end, where there's now the new wing. And up in the probably the third floor corner, there's a dance studio which has my mother-in-law's name on it, Dr. Alice Goodfellow, because of her support for the conservatory and the reconstruction. The redoing of the college building to make it usable for another generation or three. There's also a room in this building which has my wife's and my name on it. A multi-purpose room up there. It's hard to see some of the detail there in the collegiate Gothic, this style is called. Brick and Tyndallstone is a very classic style in Regina. Tyndallstone is limestone. You can usually find fossils in it because it's part of an old seabed. Again, they're still demanding masks in university buildings. So I kind of object to that, and I don't have one. Well, I do have one, but I'm not going to put it on, so I'm not going in there. And of course, next is Dark Hall, where I was at the opening a couple of weeks ago. Did a bit of a walkthrough in there. Yes, I had to wear a mask for that one too, but I put up with it. Looks like they're still doing some work on the between area here, which is getting landscaped now, it looks like. So they've got a bit of a stage here, which you'll be able to have performances on. Access back here. There never was before. I mean, wheelchair access. That tree over there, I've had my photo taken in front of many a time. We used to come out after doing shows in Dark Hall all through the 90s. And it'd be, a couple of weeks later, right after, like usually the last few days of May. So the leaves would be out more, and we'd come out and often had a cast picture taken in front of that tree. So there's Dark Hall, the joint lobby space I was in. It's the credit union building. And over here is where they are building the new pool. I don't think it's ready this summer. I just don't think they're going to get there. Quite the undertaking. There's going to be, I can go over to the other side. There's going to be water slides now, which there never were before. cut across the grass here if I wish, and I think I wish. Other people have done that, I can tell by this bit of a path over here. I've often seen snowshoe hares in here, but with all the construction noise, it's probably not their favorite place at the moment. This will be a fairly short walk overall again today, but at least it's a walk. We'll see if it rains. Well, it's not supposed to rain till tomorrow afternoon, and I will have the car tomorrow, so I might try to go do a walk somewhere a little further afield while I'm out with the car tomorrow. And then Friday should be around the lake, but again, that depends on the rain, exactly what I do. I'm leaning towards the, if it's raining, no talking walk under an umbrella on Friday, which is fun. It's hard not to talk. I do talk. I like to talk. Talk a lot when I'm doing these things. Talk a lot. Taught a lot. I mean, it's kind of a vlog too, a video blog. So I do talk about my writing. I doubt I've ever sold a book to anybody who's seen one of these, but it'd be nice. You can go to my website, edwardwillett.com, or to my publisher site, shadowpawpress.com, or to my online store, edwardwillettshop.com, or any bookstore and look up Edward Willett and you'll find my books. And you really should buy one of each. Everything you can find. You wouldn't want to miss something. Even using Microsoft Publisher for Windows 95, if you can find it, my very first book. For the real completists among you. Be the first on your block to collect the whole set. I don't even have the whole set. There's been a couple published I don't think I have any copies of. I'm a bit less prolific right now than I was for a long time because I haven't been doing little children's educational books for the library market. I did a bunch of those. But with changes in publishers, that just kind of went away. And even though I've reached out a couple of times to publishers since then, I haven't had any takers. So I should do that again, reach out to more educational publishers. The thing is, I don't particularly have anything I want to write about. I just want to be there, ready to write if they give me an assignment. That's kind of my ideal world, which I was doing for quite a while, especially with Inslow and Rosen were the two publishers I was working with. And then they joined forces, and somewhere along the way, they quit using me. Not that I'm not busy enough. It's always nice to have paying work as opposed to all the stuff I do in the hopes that it will pay at some point, which is a lot of what this freelancing is about. All right, well, I don't want to go over under the tunnel, so I will use the crosswalk and stop traffic. So I have the power. Take a little pass through Speaker's Corner here. Although I suppose it's just as probably quicker to go under. Okay, I'll go under the underpass. Don't stop traffic. These two lanterns here used to stand in Hyde Park in London, where of course the original Speaker's Corner is. And I think there was a statue on that at some point. Probably got taken down by some to avoid offending the super woke. I don't have much use for that behavior or attitude. History is history. Removing references to it doesn't help anybody learn about history, both the good and evil thereof. That's my feeling about it. Thought it might be wet down here, but it's not too much. Alrighty, this should be a very familiar stretch of road. I come this way all the time. There's Speaker's Corner over there on the other side. Again, one of my favorite houses, even though I've never been inside it. I just like it. I like the looks of it. I'd like to see inside it. I think I'd enjoy living there, but that's not going to happen. It's never been for sale, as far as I know, for the entire time I've lived around here. Got a nice yard too, I think. I haven't really seen it, but I think it must. I guess I could go down here, but it's a dead end, so it wouldn't be very helpful. No thoroughfare. I don't know if there's any way to get through on foot or not. Probably not. Couldn't see into their backyard anyway. They got a fence. This is kind of a smaller version of the same idea. Not a fan of that shade of brick, though. I think it's bigger than it looks because it goes back that way. It has a smaller street presence, but might be just as big as the other one. The hedges are turning green. The gardeners are turning green. There's that smell of fresh earth. Work going on over there. 'Tis the season, as I said. They'll soon be jackhammering the old porch off the back of our house, and it's not really attached, but it has to be jackhammered to get it out of there. They'll be taking down the carport because that's the only way to get equipment in. There's a bush back there we're hoping to save. The grass back there has never been much, and there's a bit of a patio which is really crumbling now. So all that's going out. We're going to have a brand new deck. Eventually a hot tub back there is the plan. Not this year though. And we're putting in the pad for it. And a small extension. There's what we call the back kitchen, which is an uninsulated back porch. Although oddly enough, it has my office over top of it. What was originally just a balcony at some point, long before we had the house, and maybe even before Margaret and his grandparents had the house, was added onto and made into another room, or extended a room that was up there to make it bigger. Anyway, that's going to be opened up. The back wall will be opened up, and it's going to go out a few more feet and have a half bath in it. We'll have some new cabinetry in there, better storage. That's and a new back door, new back sidewalk, new back fence, and then they'll rebuild the carport, and it'll be good because it's been in danger of falling down for a while, or at least the roof sags. That's all coming up. We signed the contract. We've paid money. I'm sure it's going to happen. It was supposed to start already, but now it's going to be June, beginning of June before they do anything. Supposed to be end of April originally. It still won't really be the last possible renovations we could do in the old house. The kitchen could be redone, but I don't know if we'll ever do it or not. Maybe in a more minor way than at one time we talked about. It'd be nice to be able to put a new refrigerator in there. The one we have, it's a 1955 International Harvester. Works fine, but can't be energy efficient. And from a storage point of view, the problem is you can't see into it. It's quite deep and dark. That probably just registered as a blip in the feed. But I'm basically here anyway. So I'll stop here. Thanks for walking with me. I should have a car tomorrow. I might go somewhere a little further afield. Bye for now.